Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Saturday, April 13th, Major League Baseball slate. Just a reminder, if you're new to our show, welcome first of all, but four teams we fade or follow: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and the Orioles. So we'll be playing in those four games. We'll give you leans that we've got on some of the other games going on as well on there. But we'll get started with the games here for Saturday. So in that, we'll get started here with first game up on the board, Twins Tigers. Let's see, Joe Ryan pitching against Kenemeda for the Tigers in this one. Probably have maybe a slight lean towards the Tigers if the Twins have just absolutely struggled to score runs. This one total at 8, and Tigers actually a 114 dog in this. Joe Ryan's pitched pretty well, but not necessarily well, but going against that Twins lineup right now that's struggling tremendously, probably a good time to catch the dog there and maybe get a little coin on it as well. So next game up though, 10:40 here in Phoenix, 1:40 Eastern time. We're going to have Alec Marsh for the Royals against Sean Manaea, second game of the series against the Mets. Manaea's pitched extremely well so far. Alec Marsh pitched pretty well, had one outstanding game, one average game, a little over 3 ERA through 2 starts. To be really honest, if he ends up at a 4 ERA and can eat some innings for the Royals, that's probably exactly what they were kind of expecting out of him at the start of the season. Royals on a 7-game win streak heading into Friday night. And we're recording this one actually during that Friday night game. The Royals are behind on that one. We do like the Royals here, just don't have enough faith. The Mets are scoring all their runs tonight with singles. And you can't really, these days, you can't really single a team to death. Mets about $1.65 favorite. So we'll take the Royals at the plus 140. On the money line here, and we'll go through those bets for you here for that. So Royals money line plus 1.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run line. Royals over their team total. Royals plus a half a run, first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. And then we'll also take Bobby Witt, batter props on Witt, homer, double. Over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. And then Salvador Perez, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and over 1.5 total bases. So one more time in this Royals and Mets matchup, we like the Royals money line plus 1.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run lines. Royals over their team total. Royals plus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Bobby Witt, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ total bases. And then Salvador Perez, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases. Then we'll get into the next game here. Do apologize. How about Reds, White Sox? We got Garrett Crochet, one of the league leaders in strikeouts, against Nick Lodolo there. It's pretty much lay the hammer down against the White Sox every game. Are you going to get stung? Yes, but they're probably going to win 55 games, so you're going to be right 2 out of every 3 times at a minimum. And in this one, actually, the lines, the Reds aren't that heavy of a favorite at $1.25, so we would lay it with the Reds here. And probably in this game, 8.5 is kind of a total that's up there a little bit. Crochet's pitched pretty well. So probably would stay away from the total, but would play the red side there. Next game up, 12:07 out here in Phoenix, so 3:07 Eastern time. We've got the Rockies playing second game of the set against the Blue Jays. Hudson going against Francis in this one. I'm not a monster Blue Jays fan. I think their pitching's okay, and their hitting got a lot worse than last year. But I probably would ride him here in this Rockies game. They're about $1.92 favorite. Just be careful on that one there. If you want to play maybe something with a little bit less juice, you can play the Rockies plus 1.5. I mean, the Blue Jays could still win by 1, and you're still a winner in that one. That was only about minus $1.25. So on that game there. Next game up, 105 out here in Phoenix. So 4:05 Eastern time. Pirates, Phillies again. Marco Gonzalez, Spencer Turnbull. I'll be really honest here. I'd be all over the Phillies in this matchup. They're a $1.48 favorite, and for a reason. I would definitely play the Phillies in that one there. Next game up, same time frame, 105 out here in Phoenix, 4:05 Eastern. Rangers, Astros, Raniel Blanco and Andrew Haney. Blanco's had 2 amazing starts. And that's why they're a $1.48 favorite, as the Astros are one of the bottom teams in the league right now, record-wise. I'll be really honest here. I'd probably take the dog and take the Rangers. I don't think Blanco's going to be able to put 3 amazing starts together on that one. Next game up, we are on heavily at that 105 time frame. 105 out here, 4:05 Eastern. Orioles, Brewers. Brewers taking the Orioles to the woodshed early in this game on Friday night. Game 2, we got Hall against Kramer. We love the Orioles in this spot. Orioles bats are going to wake up at some point. When they do, they're probably going to score about 150 runs, and then they'll just have to call the game because it took too damn long. So we'll take the Orioles in this particular one here. Money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over the 4.5 team total. Orioles minus a half a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. And then Rushman and Mountcastle both got Friday night off, so we're going to play them on Saturday. So Rushman, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Mountcastle, same thing, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time in that Orioles-Brewers matchup. Orioles money line minus 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Rushman, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Mountcastle, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Next game, we'll get to the next game on the board. We're looking at Nationals, A's, Boyle against Mackenzie Gore. Somehow the A's are a dog at home. I understand Mackenzie Gore's a pretty decent pitcher, but he's not a $1.30 favorite on the road against any team. So we would lean A's in this one and scoop up the $1.10 dog money on that one in that game there. Next game up, Braves, Marlins. Chris Sale pitching, Max Meyer in Miami. About a $2 favorite for the Braves. Nothing unusual for them. Just Miami's really struggled to put anything together offensively or pitching-wise, except for a couple big blow-up games where they blew everybody out. But I'd have to roll with the Braves in that one behind Chris Sale. Next game up, Giants, Rays in Tampa Bay, Logan Webb, Ryan Peepote. Game's basically a toss-up, total at 7.5. Normally, rule of thumb for us is if we're betting a game with Logan Webb in it, we just take the under and we'll take our chances. 7.5 runs there, good opportunity for a 3-2 game, something to that effect, and still end up way under the total on that one, but we would lean to the under there. Next game up, 5:10 out here in Phoenix, 8:10 Eastern. We got the Cardinals, second game of the series against the Diamondbacks. Ryan Nelson versus Kyle Gibson. Gibson got absolutely destroyed in his last start. Expect him to have a much better start than the last time. Don't expect him to shut anybody out, but, maybe keep it under 20 runs on that one. We do like the Cardinals in that Saturday matchup and actually like the over there as well because I think the Diamondbacks are probably going to at least score 3 or 4. If that's the case, I think the Cardinals can come in against Ryan Nelson in that bullpen and put a 6 spot up on the board pretty easily. So we would lean Cardinals and the over. Next game up, we are on, actually the last 2 games of the day, 6:10 out here in Phoenix, 9:10 Eastern time. Padres and the Dodgers. Dodgers about a $2 favorite. Gavin Stone, which means it's a bullpen game, versus Matt Waldron. I'm going to tell you right now, any game I know Gavin Stone's going to be involved in will be the games that we bet against the Dodgers. He just gives up a boatload, and they cannot seem to overcome as he will give them up quickly. It'll be nothing. He'll be cruising along, and in 7 minutes later, it's 4-0. And you don't know exactly what happened. It was like 2 doubles and a homer, or or 3 hits and then a homer, and next thing you know, it's 4-0. You have no idea what just happened there. But the Dodgers all of a sudden are down 4 runs and seem to not be able to come back. They can come back, but it just seems like when Stone's pitching, that does not happen. So we are going to take the dog here at about $1.60 dog in our favorite here with the Padres. Padres money line plus 1.5, plus 2.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run line. Padres over the team total. Then we've got Padres plus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. We like Cronenworth and then Jackson Morrell in this game here, the youngster. So Cronenworth, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 2 total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ hits for Cronenworth. And then Morrell, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time in this Padres-Dodgers matchup, Padres money line, plus 1.5, plus 2.5, minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run line. Padres over their team total. Padres plus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Cronenworth homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ hits. Morrell, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Last game of the day, Cubs, Mariners. In Seattle, Emerson Hendrick versus Shohei Maga. Shohei's pitched really well for the Cubs. 2 starts out. He's been dominant so far. That Mariners defense or offense struggles to score anyway. And then Hancock, I think his ERA is still above 11 in this particular one. You gotta ride with the Cubs here. I understand they're a $1.40 favorite on the road. Doesn't matter. They are a better team than Seattle is. I have no idea why Seattle didn't hold on to any of their studs, to be really honest. Ask the Dodgers and Teoscar Hernandez. It's ridiculous. Cubs money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over the team total. And then we've got Cubs minus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Seiya Suzuki, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Cody Bellinger, it's time to wake your ass up and get hitting. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So we'll run through Cubs, Mariners one more time. Cubs money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over the 4.5 team total. Cubs minus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Suzuki, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Cody Bellinger, same thing. Homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So at the end of every show that we do, and inside of our channels on our social media platforms, we do have a link to our Google Sheets. This is a ledger of all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we got, also where we wagered it at, and then also the result once it's all done and finished. So make sure you do check those out when you get some time. Well worth it. We're volume better. We run through a ton of bets every day. So in order to keep up, you're going to need to use those Google Sheets to reference back. Unless you're just looking for 1 or 2 single bets, you're looking to single out. But the one nice thing is once you get into Google Sheets, you'll be able to go back there anytime you want. Let's say you don't have enough time to catch the show, but you want to see what we're betting. You can do that. Or if you can only watch a few minutes of the show, you can always reference back to all the games and bets we have going on. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel, makes life really simple to find us. Once you hit that subscribe button, we'll be in your subscriptions tabs on YouTube. And then if you want to make life even easier, turn on notifications for YouTube. You'll get a notification to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.